We are at a point in time where we have to ask ourselves, why do we play Dota? Do we play to win or do we play to have fun? Me, personally, I play Dota because I made it my job, which was probably the worst decision I've ever made. And that's coming from a guy who dropped out of high school. That's coming from a guy who made Minecraft videos and gave that up as Minecraft took off to make Dota videos. Yeah, I made Minecraft videos. I was 13 when I made this channel, but that is a horror story for another night. So yeah, made Lich. Is it good? Who knows? Is it fun? Hell yeah. If I could be perfectly blasphemous right now, Lich was always a good mid-hero. He has a sturdy nuke, constant mana, and a free deny every wave. He'll always win the lane. The thing is, back before 7.0, that's all he did. He won his lane and then ceased to be a threat for the rest of the game. Same thing with a Bane, and a Lion, and dare I say Oracle. But we're on the cusp of a very different world here, boys and girls. This is uncharted territory we're moving into. As of 7.0, Lich has a 150 damage talent and a free Skadi at level 25, plus a very interesting new item available to him. Speaking of segues, Lich is really good against Meepo, Chaos Knight, Terrorblade, heroes who teamfight with illusions. He's not that good against Naga Siren because she splits the illusions up. Lich is also good against heroes who like attacking fast, who depend on physical damage, armor reduction, who depend on bashes, all of that, because Lich just happens to have 3 movement and attack speed slowing spells. And he's actually really good against Medusa of all heroes, because no matter who Medusa is primarily targeting, if a split shot hits a guy with ice armor, she gets the slow. And yet again, just like Darkseer, he's better against lower MMRs, and people who tend to panic, like this. On the flip side, he's really bad against split pushes and people who summon a bunch of units because they soak up Chain Frost, and heroes who don't really stand next to people. So Nature's Prophet, Brood Mother, and Sniper. Lower down on the scale, he's also normally not very good against magic resistant heroes. Normally. And finally, he's a really squishy glass cannon, so he's susceptible to burst damage and blade mails. Man, my last game before this guide was a game where I got Ags and a Timbersaw and a Centaur who got blade mail and just stood next to each other, bouncing it between them. I lost. As with every only way to play guide I've done, you can find this one in-game as well as on YouTube, the link is in the description, and the skill build is as follows. Frost Blast, not to be confused with Ice Blast, or Frost Bite, or Incapacitating Bite, or Spawn Spiderlings, or Spawn, the comic book character, is a mid-Lich's bread if sacrifice is his butter. It deals 200 damage to a primary target and 150 in an area, but that means the primary target is in the area and takes 350 damage all up. That's a fair amount! It slows for 4 seconds with a cooldown of 5 seconds if you get that talent later on, and it costs a lot of mana. Or does it? Ice Armor can be cast on allies and buildings. Don't forget this, that's a demand to you as much as to me. I forget to armor towers all the time. It lasts 40 seconds with a 5-second cooldown, meaning you can place it on 9 units at all times, so you really don't have any excuse. Avoid putting this on autocast. Sacrifice instantly just removes a creep from the game. It doesn't count as a deny, so the enemy doesn't get XP, and you don't get your compendium achievements. It can't be cast on summon units, but can be used on any Chen, Enchantress, or Helm of the Dominated creep. A little trick is to put your int items into your backpack, then eat a creep and then put them back. There's a lot of maths involved, but overall, you might get more mana. I don't know, I never did the math. And Chain Frost. Chain Frost instantly mini-stuns on cast, which pierces BKB. It bounces, but does not damage BKB units. It goes through Lincolns, only letting the Lincolns holder dodge the first bounce. And Talents, level 20, get 150 damage, which is sort of the thing that makes the build. Level 25, just get Skadi. And herein lies the problem. Core Lich's signature talent comes online at level 20, maybe 30 to 40 minutes into a game, and this is why it's not an instant win. Okay, so we have a problem. We are a Lich, we need to get to level 20, but still be relevant levels 1 to 19. Start off the game with Tango's Null Talisman or Tango's Blades of Attack. The thing is if you prefer Phase or Treads later on, and if you're picking up the movement speed talent. Assuming you went Null, early game skip a bottle and just get Treads, farm on your lane, chuck a few Qs on your enemy, but otherwise just completely ignore him, and farm up for... Okay, now we have 4 options here. 4 items that give attack speed, and a way to reach level 25. Let's break it down. Midas is a typical I need levels item, but it's 2000 gold for not really any good early game prowess. Get it if you've absolutely won your lane. Helm of the Dominator is good, stats attack speed, and you can always get to full mana by eating your creep, and what's crazy is that when you sacrifice that creep, you get all of the XP it usually gives, even though it's your ally. But even then, it's not the best thing we can get, because there's Mask of Madness. So Mask of Madness gives you 100 attack speed and 17% movement speed, but oh no, it removes 5 armor and silences. Alright, the armor is mitigated by ice armor, but that silence means you really can't... Oh wait a second. Yes, somehow you can't get it on Ursa or Sniper anymore, but you can get it on Lich and Ent Caster. Because amazingly, Sniper and Ursa spam spells more than Lich does. Chuck out a Frost Blast, armor yourself Chain Frost, and you have nothing to do but wail on someone. So why not? Later on, get a Pike, get a Miona, focus on attack speed and durability, and randomly, all of a sudden, you're a carry. Situationally, pick up a Veil still, Deso, Silver Edge, and, of course, Sword Crest. And if you're up against anyone below 4k, get an Axe. And that's it. That's really all there is to it. Lich is a really easy hero. Back when I was getting my friends into Dota, I showed them Lich and Tidehunter. They were simple heroes with really fun ultimates that can make even a new player go, whoa, this is fun. Of course, I stopped doing this after I noticed I kept losing all my friends after showing them Dota. Now I make friends in Dota and desperately try to convince them to not play anymore. Like right now, stop playing Dota. Please, stop playing Dota. Actually, keep playing Dota. I need you to watch these guides. Or I don't know, play Dota less but carry on watching these guides the same amount. I have to strike a balance between saving your souls and making cash. Speaking of, for all of these years, I've actually been partnered with Maker Studios, the YouTube partnership program owned by Disney. I've worked for Disney this entire time. But Maker's dropping 99% of their partners and focusing on the most prolific. I'm not quite one of those, so I assume I'm about to start not making anything off of the ads for a while, which is no real problem. I only make like 50 to 100 bucks a month on that anyway. Most of my income comes from Patreon. You know, Patreon. Have I mentioned Patreon before? That thing I mention every episode. Basically, give me money or don't. The people who give me money currently include Free Kill, Foxy or Fucking Loxley, Chris, Sif 1996, Brandon Coombe, Mr. Magic aka The Tones, Zalno, Pearson Mewborn, Edge Nudes at 1000 pledges, although I'm sure you'd probably be able to find some faster if you looked, Hubert motherfucking Cumberdale, Shooped, Acroma, McAngelface, Mr. Revolut, Turd Ferguson 67, Philip Cornelius and Grumpy Bear, Jeff Miller, Kaiser Wilhelm, Michael, The Cool Guy, Rob, Shadow Sweetheart, Evil Motherfucking Jellyfish, Aaron Tang, Jacob Miller, Aaronin, Armin, The Ultra Death Cat, Puneeth P, Zewok, Pro S, Lewis Edwards, Christian Redder, Herpa Derpa Dooda Derp, Swaggity Booty, Beep Boop D, Booty Souffle, Red, he was number 1! Kerrison, Pucky Bukowski, Redolus,
Uvav Wev Wevwani Ateni Evwagwimubwimoses,
Snuggly Wuggums, Mylocott, Yebus McGee, Tsunami Shadow, Xenopenumbra, Chestnut, and Rhett Mitchell. I feel sorry for the people watching this at a playlist who have to listen to this every single episode.